Hello, boys and girls. Let's take a look at pages 332 and 333. So now we're going to find out more about how do magnets attract. So magnets can attract some metal objects, such as paper clips. How? Well, when you bring a magnet near certain metal objects, the metal will become magnetic. The objects actually become magnets. Most magnets are made of metal. Metals, like all matter, are made of tiny particles. Those particles are like tiny magnets. Inside a magnet, these tiny magnetic particles are lined up. The north poles face one direction, and the south poles face the other. The particles push and pull in the same directions. In objects made of metals like iron, nickel, and cobalt, those tiny magnetic particles push and pull in all different directions. When a permanent magnet is brought near the objects, however, the particles turn around and line up. The metal becomes a temporary magnet. It can attract other magnets. If you take the permanent magnet away, the magnetic particles usually move around again. The north and south poles no longer line up. Sometimes, though, the particles stay lined up and the metal becomes a permanent magnet. Computer hard drives store information this way. Computers use a magnet to write on hard disks by making some metal on the disk magnetic, which is why you should never bring strong magnets anywhere near your computers. So you can see here magnetite. It's a natural permanent magnet containing iron. Magnetite can be found in California's Mojave Desert. So you never know, if you go out in the desert, you might find some of that and have your own little magnet. And here at the bottom, you can see metals are made up of tiny magnetic particles. And normally the particles point in different directions. So here you can see they're just kind of all over the place. But when all the magnetic particles line up, the metal can become a permanent magnet. It's pretty cool. If you have a bar magnet and an iron nail, you can actually try making the nail become magnetic. So, what kinds of material are attracted to the magnet and what kinds are not? So take a look. Here you have your magnet. You can see the paper clip attracts, the safety pin, a nail, some other little metal hook. Do you notice they're all metal? And look at the things here that don't connect. A wooden block, a penny, because not all types of metals will attract, right? A penny isn't made of the same kind of metals as these other objects. Same thing, you've got a button, toothpick, another little plastic thing, a crayon, an eraser, rubber bands. A magnet won't attract those. And then you see right here, you can have a little fun if you try this what does a magnet attract experiment at home. It's a quick lab. So many foods, such as cereals, contain iron. Can a magnet attract the iron from these foods? Great question. If you get a little bar magnet like this, you can actually try this out. Pour some iron fortified cereal into a plastic bag. Seal the bag, then crush the cereal. Experiment. Rub the magnet over the plastic bag. What happens? And then infer, what do you think the tiny bits attracted to the magnet are? Explain. And how could you determine which cereal has the most iron? So if you decide you want to be a scientist at home, you could try this experiment.